This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Friday. Hope you're ready for the weekend. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. So if you won Powerball, will we see you here at 3 o'clock on Monday morning?
You know what? That would be questionable. I do love my job, but that much money, I would probably take a vacation.
I'd buy the station and request we record the morning show in the afternoon.
There you go, people. There you go.
One last day. Josh Stone in for John Scalzi. Hey, Josh.
You know, what a week. We started our week with a solar eclipse. We're ending with a major hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. We started with pink scripts. Now we have green scripts. I'll tell you, a lot of things going on here. But let's check out what's going on. On the western Gulf of Mexico, we have a hurricane, Category 2 Hurricane Harvey. Right now, our temperatures are in the mid to upper 70s. We're dealing with our own tropical issues here with an area of low pressure off the southwest coast of Florida that's going to once again bring us another round of wet weather and heavy wet weather this afternoon. We'll have to watch that closely. And we'll talk more about this hurricane when I return back to you.
He wants the pink scripts to match his tie.
There you go.
There's the roads right now. First alert traffic showing some issues around downtown Bradenton. Not too much. That'll clear up hopefully. Also, look east of the interstate, I-75, State Road 70, heading east. A little build-up there in front of the Walmart Plaza. 301 southbound around 10th Street. Also, the Bayfront showing some problems there as you pass Osprey and Orange and head toward Ringling in Maine. South County mostly clear. It's 6:02 on your Friday morning.
Topping our news at 6 this morning, the National Hurricane Center says Hurricane Harvey is rapidly becoming more powerful, and right now it's just a Category 2 hurricane.
Forecasters talking about devastating floods later on today and early tomorrow morning. Reporter Andy Rose has more on preparations and evacuations.
Highways in Texas filled with cars as coastal residents made their way north and out of the path of a hurricane that forecasters say will bring life-threatening amounts of rain. As Harvey gained strength, residents along the Texas coast made the choice to evacuate or stay and hunker down. Those staying in place aren't taking any chances. They're filling sandbags, stocking up on water, and boarding up windows. Among them, the staff of a Galveston theater.
Better than having to replace thousands of dollars of carpet and tile and brick.
Galveston's mayor issued a voluntary evacuation order.
Preparation, not panic. You know, we've been through these before.
In San Antonio, the mayor issued a local disaster declaration.
We just received an update from the National Weather Service, and they are telling us that the storm has the potential, and I want to stress potential, things do change, to be a weather event that we talk about for years to come.
The governor of Texas activated 700 members of the Texas Army Guard, Texas Air National Guard, and the Texas State Guard. And Louisiana's governor issued a statewide emergency declaration. Harvey is also on President Trump's radar.
The president has been briefed and will continue to be updated as the storm progresses, and certainly something he's very aware of and will keep a very watchful eye on and stands ready to provide resources if needed.
I'm Andy Rose reporting.
And it may not be just long lines at the gas pumps as the Gulf Coast prepares for Hurricane Harvey. The prices may pack a punch, too. Yeah, the storm could cost the cost of gas to go up, with Harvey expected to hit parts of the Gulf credited with bringing in a large portion of the nation's gasoline. Some of those rigs are shutting down right now and sending workers home. Other news now, new this morning, certainly an eventful week for Samsung. First, they roll out a new phone, and then the top man there is facing 5 years behind bars. Lee Jae-yong found guilty of bribery and embezzlement. He's accused of paying $36 million in bribes to associates of the South Korean government, including ties to the ousted president who was removed from office himself this year for corruption charges. Lee recently became the acting head of Samsung, which was founded by his grandfather.
Back here in the U.S., the investigation continues this morning into what led to a shooting and hostage situation in Charleston, South Carolina yesterday. City officials say a disgruntled employee held people hostage at a restaurant called Virginia's on King. Charleston's mayor says one of the hostages was killed, another was injured. The two other hostages inside were safely released. Police say the gunman was shot and is in critical condition. The mayor says the suspect may be mentally ill.
A couple states north in Virginia, the organizer of the violent Charlottesville rally earlier this month has been denied bond. This is Chris Cantwell. He turned himself into the police yesterday on a warrant for his arrest. August 11th, Cantwell led a group gathered on the campus to protest the removal of a Confederate statue. He's accused of illegally using tear gas at the rally, so he's charged with causing bodily injury with malicious intent.
An odd story here, all caught on camera. Police in Louisiana have arrested a woman after she confessed to a bizarre liquor store robbery. Take a look. Sakoni Jones allegedly stole 18 bottles of liquor from a Shreveport store, stashing the bottles really wherever she could, in her bag, in her pants, as you can see, and even in her bra. Police say Jones paid for one bottle before casually leaving the store, where she appears to be smiling and laughing. Several others were in the store and in on that theft, and police are still offering a $300 reward for help identifying anyone else involved.
Florida put a convicted killer to death last night. Its first execution in a year and a half. Mark Assay's death marked the first in Florida history of a white man executed for killing a black person in what prosecutors called a racially motivated murder. The execution was carried out at 6 p.m. last night using an anesthetic never used before in a lethal injection anywhere in this country.
The foremost objective of the lethal injection procedure is a humane and dignified process. The Department of Corrections follows the law to carry out the sentence of the court as laid out in Florida statute, which is what was done this evening.
Assay was on death row for killing two people in Jacksonville back in 1987.
Florida's tourism marketing agency is under fire once again after paying nearly $441,000 in employee bonuses. A Visit Florida spokesman says the bonuses were approved back in May of 2016. The agency paid 119 employees, amounts ranging from a few $100s to almost $29,000, despite months of scrutiny from legislators over their spending habits. Legislators passed a law earlier this year prohibiting Visit Florida from using public money for bonuses, but the company says the bonuses came from private sources. Visit Florida officials say they will no longer give employee bonuses moving forward.
In consumer news, Whole Foods, whole paycheck? Well, maybe not. Get this, Amazon will start setting lower prices sooner than expected at Whole Foods. Amazon said that's when it takes over Whole Foods officially, with their first order of business to make sure some items are more affordable. Starting Monday, various organic foods such as eggs, salmon, chicken will receive special markdowns. That's good news for Whole Foods critics who have long complained about the prices at the store, so much that it landed Whole Foods in legal trouble when they were found guilty of overcharging for prepackaged foods. The retailer said it'll keep the markdowns coming and that Amazon Prime members will get additional discounts.
Interesting. Now to that big Powerball win. A winner coming forward yesterday. The jumbo jackpot ticket worth $758 million was sold to Mavis Wanksick of Massachusetts. She says she just took a chance when she bought her ticket hours before the drawing on Wednesday. She also says she's already retired.
I work currently at Mercy Medical Center. So I work
still there, or are you?
I've called. I haven't told them I will not be coming back.
Well, I certainly don't blame her. Now, just where that winning ticket was purchased had lottery officials scrambling on Thursday morning. They first announced it was sold at a store in Watertown near Boston, but they later said that ticket was actually sold in Chicopee, Massachusetts. Now, those store owners will get $50,000 for selling the ticket at their store, which they say they plan to donate to local charities. But not all Powerball players on the Suncoast are losers, so that's some good news. Yeah. There is a winning Powerball ticket somewhere out there worth $1 million. It was sold at the Publix on Bee Ridge Road at the Bee Ridge Road Extension in Sarasota. That is right next to my gym. Unfortunately, I did not go to that grocery store to buy my lottery ticket. Dang it.
All right, Josh, help us settle a dispute here that just broke out. Jacqueline says Shreveport, I say Shreveport. Which is it?
Tomatoes, tomatoes.
Okay, it's optional. All right.
Yeah, I got to be neutral on that one.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you running for? State law? Oh, are you trying to run for office now?
just trying to hold the, my position in the weather department.
We're going to sort it out.
Gloves.
We're going to do a Facebook Live this morning, by the way, about 8 o'clock this morning. So make sure you're on our Facebook page. We'll do a live chat with you. You can help us settle that dispute. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. That'll be fun. You got to join us and give us some updates on Hurricane Harvey and then weekend weather here on the Suncoast for that Facebook Live. That'll be fun.
Definitely,
awesome.
Definitely. Yeah, lots to talk about in the weather department here. We have a hurricane and also our own tropical issues here.
All right, more on that coming up. Also, first alert traffic. And ever wonder why it costs so much to fly out of SRQ?
We'll take a look at why it's a challenge to keep airfare prices down here on the Suncoast when we come back.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwell's at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabein.com.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKX Sport Utility for $349 per month, or Lincoln's flagship, the 2017 Continental, for $449 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills. Wow! Stop stains and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Good Friday morning. We finally made it to the weekend. Let's celebrate here. Our temperature right now outside is 76 degrees with cloudy skies. Dew point at 76. Again, there could be some areas of patchy fog on your morning commute, so look out for that. Not much of a wind coming out of the east-southeast at only 3 miles per hour. Big story right now, even though this is not going to affect us, but in the weather news is what's happening here in the western Gulf of Mexico. This is Hurricane Harvey. Overnight, it blew up to a Category 2 hurricane, and man, this thing looks mean. It looks like a beast. This continues to move to the north and northwest towards the southeastern coast of Texas. We're going to put this into motion. You can see the evolution of this was a tropical depression, became a tropical storm, formed an eye, became a hurricane yesterday afternoon, and then this thing just exploded. And just to put this in perspective for you, Hurricane Katrina, or at least most of us know about that storm back in 2005. It was a Category 5 hurricane, the strongest powerful storm on Earth, a day before it hit the Louisiana coast. But when it officially hit Louisiana, it downgraded to a Category 2. It lost its strength. But the waves came in as Category 5 waves. We had a storm surge of like 30 feet high. And, you know, it was obviously a lot of trouble with what they dealt with in Louisiana and Mississippi. This storm is actually intensifying before it makes landfall. Similar to way back in 1969 when we had a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico called Hurricane Camille. It intensified right before it hit the Mississippi coast with wind gust over 200 miles per hour. I'm not saying this storm will have that strong of winds, but still, we're going to have the worst of both worlds here. A storm surge for these folks up to maybe 12 to 15 feet high, and also the winds are going to be horrendous. Right now, the winds are at 105 miles per hour. These are not gusts, these are sustained winds. And the thing about this storm is it could intensify to a Category 3 hurricane by later today, which classifies it as a major hurricane. And then it doesn't look to go very far once it gets there. Looks to kind of hang around this area. So they're going to be dealing with winds and heavy rain. And then it may bounce back in the Gulf of Mexico and shoot towards Louisiana. So this is going to be just a major situation. This is our in-house model looking at the rain estimates. And this is just a guesstimate, but maybe it could be even more than that, maybe more than 20 or 25 inches, possibly 30 in some locations. We're dealing with our own issues as far as the tropics go. We have an area of low pressure off the southwest coast of Florida that's going to continue to spin in more tropical moisture in from the Gulf of Mexico. So another round of heavier showers come in later this afternoon. Things quiet down, and then we get to do it again for tomorrow. It's a very slow-moving system by the time this is done. 2 to maybe, oh gosh, maybe 4 to 6 inches in some locations by the end of the weekend. So a wet weekend ahead. In store for us this weekend, and then as we get into the middle of next week, we start to dry out. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Josh. Taking a look at traffic in Manatee County, looks like there are some slowdowns on the Green Bridge as you're heading into downtown Bradenton. Also 301 State Road 70 seeing some congestion as it normally does as the morning commute gets underway. In Sarasota County, some slowdowns on 41 heading northbound. Also a little blip of red over on I-75 heading south, and 40 heading north rather, and also 41 heading south as you head into Osprey in South County. Other than that, looking pretty good throughout Business 41 at 6:17 on your Friday morning. Now, when you fly, do you choose SRQ, or do you drive to Tampa, Orlando, or some other airport in an effort to save money?
Yeah, why does it always cost more to fly from Sarasota? I did some digging, and you might be surprised. It's partly due to the fact enough passengers are still willing to pay the higher prices here. Okay. The seats are mostly full. So the airlines have no reason to lower prices.
Makes sense.
Here's more. When Helen and Joe Burkhardt fly back and forth to their home in Rochester, they often fly out of Sarasota, but not always.
We do fly out of Tampa. It's probably half and half.
The Burkhardts say they're sometimes willing to drive farther to save more money.
No, just it seems like off-season we can get a pretty comparable flight. In season, it probably doubles.
But even though it seems a lot of passengers bypass Sarasota to save money elsewhere, the SRQ airport director says the airplanes are full leaving Sarasota, so airlines can afford to keep the prices high. So prices won't come down until enough passengers say, I'm not going to pay this.
Right.
CEO Rick Piccolo says, keep in mind, airlines set the prices, not airports.
So all this is basic supply and demand economics. You have a community up in Tampa that has about 3 million people in its catchment area. We have about 1 million. You have about 1 million down in the Fort Myers area as well, but there's no other airport close to them like there is to ours. So we are basically right in the middle of all this, so we're surrounded by 5 airports. So we're in a very competitive environment.
It is competitive. In fact, look at the very different numbers for the past year. Sarasota had about 1.2 million passengers. Fort Myers had 8.5 million, and Tampa had nearly 19 million. While Sarasota was down nearly 3%, Fort Myers was up nearly 3%, and Tampa up less than 1%. Even though it is a constant challenge to compete against Tampa, Orlando, Miami, even Fort Myers and Punta Gorda, Piccolo says, make no mistake, SRQ is not in a holding pattern. And that's not all. Piccolo says he's just back from doing some speed dating, not for himself, but for the airport to attract new airlines. He says ever since the government allowed 8 large carriers to become 4 back in 2008, now airlines that used to be losing money are making upwards of $1 billion a quarter. He says now the playing field is simply different. So now they're doing all they can to make the airport itself more pleasing for passengers.
We've just finished renewing the entire interior of the terminal and the exterior outside of the jet bridges, which is the next phase that's going to start now. We redid the entire curbside. We're adding shade parking and shade over the rental car areas. The runways and taxiways are in excellent shape. We've expanded our business holdings. The airport's debt-free. Would we like to see more air service like the rest of the community? Yes. But I have to remind the community that if you want a Tampa International Airport level of service, then they're going to have to change their mindset because they're going to need about 2 million more people here.
By the way, Delta is adding flights from Sarasota to New York this holiday season. The airline says it will start offering nonstop flights to JFK from Sarasota starting this winter. The flights will run daily December 21st through January 2nd, 2018. Delta's year-round service to LaGuardia will continue to run as well. So here's my analogy after doing this report. It's like having a convenience store next to a big grocery store.
Of course, okay.
We're the convenience store. A little more expensive, a little more convenient,
yeah,
but losing a lot of customers to the big boy next door. That is Tampa
I know
Airport.
For myself, I'm looking to buy some flights here in the next couple weeks, and I keep, weighing my options because it would be much more easier to go out of SRQ, but Tampa looks like the price is going to be a little prettier.
Oh, it's prettier, but then you have to drive an hour north and pay for parking up there sometime, or Uber, but anyway. There you go, 6:21 right now, still heading Good Morning Suncoast. 2 Florida teenagers rescued from the Grand Canyon National Park after being lost for 5 days.
We'll tell you how they managed to survive in the harshest of elements when we come back.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Discover all the reasons the experts love Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $189 a month, or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
Pretty shot of the Ringling Causeway before dawn.
Yes, beautiful shot this morning. You'll be able to see that from the Van Wezel tonight at the Friday Fest. Obviously, looks like there's some lightning going on out there.
What that was.
We'll have to check in with...
That's our camera.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. Yeah, I'll be seeing you at the Van Wezel tonight at between 5 and 9. If you can come by the Channel 7 booth, I'd love to meet you in person.
Definitely send us some of those pictures if you guys are out at the Friday Fest. We'd love to feature those on Monday morning. Also, I'll be out at Riverview High School for Friday Night Football. All of our crew will be out covering some of those big games. So if you see us, make sure you come and say hi and send us some of those pictures of that Friday Night Lights.
Just hope the weather cooperates now. 6:25 on your Friday morning.
Well, 2 Florida teens are back home after spending 5 days lost in the Grand Canyon.
The boys survived on 2 granola bars and puddles of water.
Oh my.
ABC's Adrienne Bankert has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a remarkable story of survival. Best friends Reese McMichael and Rowan Fitch's summer adventure to the Grand Canyon became mission impossible. Lost in 100-degree temperatures for 5 days. Out of water the first day, dehydrated, drinking from puddles.
We found a few areas where water would just barely trickle out of the ground.
Rationing what little food they had.
Every day we'd eat a piece of a granola bar about that big.
Exhausted, trying not to panic, the teens' survival instincts kicked in.
We made a big sign with like rocks.
But on the 5th day, their lifeline came by way of a helicopter.
I had this big lifeguard whistle. I started, blowing. We're like waving branches at it and stuff.
And coming up at 7 a.m., more on how these 2 best friends made it out alive. With your GMA First Look, I'm Adrienne Bankert, ABC News, New York.
Enamel is the strong white outer layer of your tooth surface. The thing that's really important to dentists is to make sure that that enamel stays strong and resilient for a lifetime. The more that we can strengthen and reharden that tooth surface, the whiter their patient's teeth are going to be. Dentists are going to really want to recommend Pronamel Strong and Bright. It helps to strengthen and reharden the enamel. It also has stain lifting action. It's going to give their patients the protection that they need and the whiter teeth that they want.
Olay Regenerist shatters the competition, hydrating skin better than prestige creams costing over $100, $200, and even $400 for skin that looks younger than it should. Fact check this ad in Good Housekeeping. Olay Regenerist, ageless.
This week only is Customer Appreciation Week at VisionWorks, which means you can get 50% off a complete pair of glasses all week long at VisionWorks. Shop in store and online.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. After 25 years in Sarasota, Bacon's Furniture and Design will be moving to create Southwest Florida's largest and most dynamic furniture store. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. The Bacon's Furniture and Design relocation sell-off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99. And it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now and you can double your offer. Get a second couch coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
It does things that seem impossible. Feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, a surprise announcement by a Suncoast lawmaker why there's now an open seat in the Florida House.
Plus, one of the biggest events of the year is coming back to downtown Sarasota. We'll tell you what a change within the City Commission meant for Thunder by the Bay.
And as Hurricane Harvey churns in the Gulf, how the coastal states are getting prepared. All that and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And welcome back. It is 6:31 on August 25th, Friday. We've made it. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Earlier this week, we were in the path of totality. Now we're not quite in the path of Hurricane Harvey, but our good friends over in Texas are. Let's check in with meteorologist Josh Stone. Good morning, Josh.
Yeah, that's going to be the major story over the weekend, and this could possibly be an historic event with this possible Category 3 hurricane bearing down on them. But right now, no hurricanes on top of us, fortunately. Just mostly cloudy skies right now. 76 degrees is our current temperature. We do have a little bit of tropical trouble off the southwest coast of Florida. That's going to continue to spiral in more moisture, especially by this afternoon. Another round of some heavy wet weather. But right now, for the most part, the radar looks pretty quiet. And of course, we'll break down what's going on in the tropics when I return in weather. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Josh. Talk to you soon. Checking Suncoast traffic now. First alert traffic, that is 41 northbound, showing some issues there in Manatee County. Otherwise, all clear in that county. Farther south, you'll see some issues along the Bayfront southbound around Maine and Ringling, heading toward Orange and Osprey. Also, 75 northbound, an issue there at Clark Road. And also on Clark, you'll see an issue in the eastbound lane as you approach Beneva and McIntosh. South County all clear at 6:32 on your Friday morning.
Topping our news this half hour, Thunder by the Bay has found a new home, and it's back right here in Sarasota.
After 1 year in Lakewood Ranch, a change on City Commission meant a change of location. Our Rick Adams has details of the big move.
The Sarasota Fairgrounds sit very quiet at the moment, but come the middle of February, it'll be filled with lots of motorcycles, lots of people, and lots of music. Thunder by the Bay is officially making the move from Lakewood Ranch.
We have now a fairgrounds with a lot of room where we can have an indoor venue and an outdoor venue. It'll still remain free to the public. We have a camping capability out there.
Most people we talked with are excited about the move, but some are still concerned about the noise it'll bring with it. Ronnie Powell lives very close to the fairgrounds. He says he's thrilled about having this event right near his neighborhood.
It's excellent. I think it'll bring a lot more room, more people over here. They'll see a lot more of this area, and they'll be able to have the Thunder by the Bay here instead of having to drive all the way out to Lakewood Ranch.
The wellness center that Becky Gabriel and her husband run is located right up against the fairgrounds. Outside of some minor parking concerns, she tells us this event should be a big boost for their business and other businesses nearby.
I hope they have a good time, have lots of fun, and if they'd like to come and visit Gold Tree Plaza and the merchants here, we would be very happy to see them.
In addition to the move, Thunder by the Bay will now take place in February instead of January. It'll go on from February 15th through the 18th, with a Bikes on Main block party taking place on the 16th. Thunder by the Bay is a benefit which raises money for Suncoast Charities for Children.
I think it's going to be a win-win for people coming in for the event, for the charity, and also for the entire area.
Reporting from the fairgrounds in Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
An update now. After months of debate over whether to remove a Confederate monument in front of the Manatee County's historic courthouse, the county finally took action But the result wasn't what anyone expected. Take a look at this video. The county released that video showing the removal of the statue when suddenly it broke in half. The statue separating from its base in what could have posed a serious safety hazard if left untouched.
When you think of the events of the community gathering, that would have been catastrophic if someone would have pushed or pulled in the wrong direction.
What people are attributing to the statues causing in our society right now is within people's hearts, and that removing statues and even having statues there really isn't going to do anything to change it.
The county says the statue will now be repaired and eventually moved to a different location like they originally planned.
After less than a year, in fact, one session in the Florida House, Alex Miller says she is going to resign. She released a statement saying, as a mother with 2 teenage boys who is also the CEO of a rapidly growing family business, I have come to the conclusion that I must spend more time at home than my service in the legislature will allow. She sponsored 13 bills during her one session in Tallahassee. She got enough support for a shark fin bill, which made it illegal to possess a shark's fin and created penalties for those who broke the law. One of her colleagues says he is sorry to see her go.
She was looked at already as one of these animal rights activist leaders in Tallahassee. She's definitely going to be missed. She played an important role in our communities within our delegation. And it's just overall very disappointing and sad to see somebody with her star power decide to leave early.
According to Gruters, several candidates like James Buchanan, son of Congressman Vern Buchanan, have expressed interest in filling Miller's position. And with her resignation in effect September 1st, Governor Scott will now have to call a special election to fill the seat for 1 year left in that term. So far, an election date has not been announced, but whoever does win may have to run for re-election again as soon as next year. Miller is the 4th House member to resign in the past few months.
New details this morning involving a convenience store shooting in Palmetto that left a customer with injuries. Police say they have identified their suspect as Lazondius Randall Jr. The shooting took place Monday inside the Citgo convenience store on 10th Street West, where a man was shot in the leg. That victim told police he was shot after getting into a fight with another customer. He was taken to Manatee Memorial Hospital for treatment. Randall now faces attempted murder charges. And the fight to remove deadly opioids from the Suncoast continues, with a Sarasota woman behind bars this morning. Several months of investigation led the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office to arrest Lauren Cobb in connection with the sale of heroin, fentanyl, and carfentanil. To put those drugs in perspective, fentanyl is 10 to 50 times stronger than morphine, and carfentanil is worse than that, reaching a potency up to 10,000 times stronger than morphine. A previously convicted felon, Cobb is being held at the Sarasota County Jail without bond. And a Nokomis couple have been charged for drug trafficking after a traffic stop in Venice, and it was a certain noise that tipped off officers. Deputies pulled over the couple's vehicle along Jacaranda Boulevard just south of Border Road. According to the report, deputies were approaching the couple when they heard a noise in the bushes near the passenger side of the car. They later discovered a sunglass case containing 3 bags of meth believed to have been thrown from the car. The passenger, Judith O'Connor, had more meth, cocaine, and syringes in her purse. The driver, Dylan Woodard, and O'Connor were both arrested and charged, where they remain in custody without bond.
It is 6:38 now, just a few weeks after the city of Sarasota dedicated a park in his honor. Mr. Downtown Paul Thorpe Jr. has passed away. He is credited with establishing the New Year's Eve pineapple drop, the holiday parade, and even the farmers market. In honor of Thorpe's work, the city renamed Pineapple Park at the corner of Lemon and Pineapple to Paul Thorpe Jr. Park. City Manager Tom Barwin released a statement saying, "We owe so much to Paul. His legacy as Mr. Downtown can be seen every day and night with the city's renewed energy in downtown, whether people are shopping, getting a bite to eat, or attending one of the popular magical events." Thorpe was 91 years old.
A major Venice Housing Authority project remains in doubt this morning as the city had to agree. The city had previously agreed to kick in $500,000 towards the $11 million project, which would have helped the Housing Authority potentially secure the remaining money from the state. But after scrutiny over another costly city project, the council may be taking back its offer.
We're looking at other avenues, foundations who
who wants to jump in here and help.
We will have a special meeting this upcoming Monday to discuss the project further. Council members are hoping to help the Housing Authority find the money elsewhere.
And happening this evening, time for Friday Fest outside the Van Wezel this evening. ABC 7 will be out there. Special booth from 5 to 9. Live music from Suncoast sensation Ja Movement, who will be singing reggae and R&B. Admission is free. Event for the whole family. Plenty of food and drink out there. Rain or shine, it's a great event. I'll be out there. Make sure you come out and say hello at the Channel 7 booth.
Those are some good dance moves they had going on there.
You want to do the robot for us again?
No, I've done that enough this week.
Yes,
Thank you.
have. So speaking of rain or shine, more of the same like yesterday and the previous day today?
Exactly, yeah. Meteorologist Ray Collins and Jack O'Banner. Yeah, pretty much. We have tropical moisture that continues to spin around this low that's off the southwest coast of Florida. And the question is, of course, Friday night football is tonight, kickoff, and are we going to be okay getting those games in? We'll let you know when I come back.
All right, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in your first alert traffic. And vitamin B is commonly recommended to help with nerve and blood health.
But why would men who take vitamin B be more at risk for cancer? That story when we come back.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabein.com.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Happy Friday, everyone. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi today. He will be back on Monday. Our temperature right now in Sarasota is 76 degrees and around the Suncoast, upper 70s at this time. Of course, the big story in the weather news is what's happening in the western Gulf of Mexico. This is Tropical Storm Harvey, and this thing looks mean. It's a classic-looking hurricane. It has gained strength overnight. It's now a Category 2 hurricane. Just the other day, it was just a tropical depression. You can see the evolution of this thing really starting to blow up here because we have a lack of upper-level wind shear, and it's traveling over very warm waters. You can see the eye just starting to blossom yesterday, and then this thing is just starting to explode, and it's got that buzzsaw look to it. So this thing means business. Right now, we have sustained winds of 105 miles per hour with this thing. It's a Category 2 storm, and we're not talking about wind gusts of 105 miles per hour. These are sustained winds. And as this edges closer to the north and northwest here towards the southeastern coast of Texas, it could intensify to a Category 3 storm, and it's actually expected to intensify to a major hurricane and then go into the coast here. But it doesn't look to go very far. It looks to kind of bounce around and stay over the same area. So this is going to be a terrible situation for these folks here, because we're not only talking about a storm surge of maybe 12 feet high or higher, we're also talking about several inches of rainfall and Category 3 winds coming in here. And so this is like the worst of both worlds here. We have just a terrible situation with the amount of rain that's going to pile up here, and by the time this is done, maybe up to over 20-25 inches of rain, even more than that in some locations. Now, bringing it back closer to home, we're dealing with our own tropical situation with an area of low pressure off the southwest coast of Florida that continues to spiral in bands of heavy wet weather. Right now, Lee County and Collier County down here to the south of us are experiencing the heaviest wet weather at this time. For the Suncoast, where we are, everything looks dry for the most part, but by this afternoon, well, the rain starts to pick up again as we'll get another round of heavy wet weather. And then, of course, tonight is the kickoff for Friday Night Football. About 8:30, we could have some spots of heavy wet weather as well. We're just going to have to monitor the radar pretty closely. You'll want to stay tuned to meteorologist Steve Newman for that. But notice the counterclockwise swirl. We get another round of showers and storm activity tomorrow morning, early in the morning, and then tomorrow afternoon. So this is an area of low pressure. It's very slow moving, and I actually saw one model that projects this to become a major storm heading towards New York City once this leaves Florida, but that's just one model. Most of the models take this out in the open Atlantic. But we could be receiving maybe anywhere from 2 to 3 inches to up to 6, or maybe some areas 7 inches by the time this is done. Our high today will be 88 degrees, so we'll struggle to get out of the 80s today thanks to the cloud cover and the showers cooling down the atmosphere. But we do start to dry out by the middle of next week, and another round of shower activity will come our way. Jacqueline?
All right, thanks, Josh. Definitely want to keep that umbrella handy if you're heading out the door this morning. In Manatee County, traffic is looking pretty good. Not anything really to be concerned about, just your normal morning commute traffic. And in Sarasota County, some slowdowns on Bee Ridge Road. Also, I-75 heading northbound as you pass by Clark Road exit. Seeing some slowdowns throughout that area. Pretty quiet in Venice on Business 41 at 6:47 on your Friday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, a new study explains why men may want to be careful about taking too much vitamin B. The study from the Ohio State University College of Medicine found that men who took high doses of vitamin B6 and B12 had a higher risk of lung cancer. Researchers found a 30 to 40% increased risk of lung cancer among men taking these vitamins from individual supplements, not so much from multivitamins or their diet. Men who smoke and took the highest levels of vitamin B6 had triple the risk. For vitamin B12, that risk nearly quadrupled. And the Safe to Sleep campaign has been urging parents and caregivers to put babies to bed on their backs since 1994. But a new study in the journal Pediatrics found only about 44% of mothers intend to use this method, and many actually end up doing it out of habit. 77% of mothers said they usually, but not always, put their babies to sleep on their backs. The CDC says placing babies on their backs before they go to sleep helps reduce the risk of sudden infant death syndrome and suffocation.
All right, and to entertainment news now. One of the year's hit movies is now heading to the box office at IMAX screens. Wonder Woman is still in theaters 12 weeks later, and now IMAX announced the blockbuster will be soon seen on large screens for a limited run starting this weekend. Wonder Woman, here's some trivia for you, recently passed 2002's Spider-Man to become the highest grossing superhero movie of all time. Now some sad news. TV actor Jay Thomas has passed away. He's best known for his roles on Murphy Brown and Cheers. His agent told the New York Daily News he had cancer. Jay Thomas was 69 years old.
Well, here's another interesting fact. Taylor Swift's newly released single, hit the #1 spot within 6 hours after being released. It's called Look What You Made Me Do. I shared a link to it, on the whole song, on my Facebook page, but 6 hours and she hit the #1 spot.
6 hours?
Yeah. Ooh. We all love Taylor Swift.
10 to 7 right now, still hiding. Good morning, Suncoast. Well, the day's top news headlines and everyone's favorite hippo getting her own show.
We'll tell you how the Cincinnati Zoo plans to feature Fiona on social media after this.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or save big on a new sleek and stylish Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Drive off today for your next great adventure in a brand new Jeep Renegade for as low as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
The ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information when severe weather threatens the Suncoast. Visit mysuncoast.com and download yours today.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Well, fingers crossed the weather will cooperate for a Friday Fest at the Van Wezel today. If not, they'll move it indoors.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully it does.
Yeah, stop by and say hello. There'll be an ABC 7 table, and I'll be there to meet you in person if you've got a chance to come by and say hello. Jaw Movement, popular reggae band. Chantel Norman, the lead singer. Great group. They'll be playing tonight from 5 to 9 at the Van Wezel.
Sounds like it'll be a good time.
Hope so.
6:54 this morning. Let's take a look at some of the top stories here on the Suncoast.
Months after winning a hard-fought election, Alex Miller has resigned. As your Sarasota State Representative, a special election will be held to fill the position.
Plus, now that former Commissioner Susan Chapman is out of office, the city is bringing the popular Thunder by the Bay back to the downtown area. The event had moved to Lakewood Ranch for a year after Chapman said it had gotten too big for the city.
And Sarasota County Sheriff deputies found this alligator in the sewer drain near Bee Ridge and Brookside. They moved it to a nearby park.
Traffic is picking up across Manatee County. 301 heading northbound, seeing some more cars on the roadway, as well as State Road 70 as it normally does at this hour. I-75 looking good as we head into Sarasota County. Looks like there are some slowdowns on 41. Also, there is a little blip as you pass by Clark Road on I-75, so keep that in mind if you're heading out the door. And South County seeing some slowdowns throughout the area. Josh?
All right, looking at the forecast today, struggling to get out of the upper 80s, so it's going to be a little bit cooler than our average high of 90, but clouds again, showers and storms again later this afternoon. Of course, Friday night football's tonight, so I have to watch the skies for that. Looks to linger over the weekend with some wet weather, and then we start to mitigate things as we get in the middle of next week.
All right, thanks, Josh. Finally this morning, just when you thought she couldn't get any cuter, Fiona the baby hippo, she's making a comeback. The Cincinnati Zoo's viral sensation is about to be even bigger. Now, we told you earlier this month how her survival story will be told through a children's book covering the efforts to reunite her with her parents. But now she's getting her very own show. A new Facebook series will let fans follow Fiona's milestones live. The series premiere starts August 29th and will feature never-before-seen footage from Fiona's birth. That'll be interesting.
Today it's Friday. We've got our Facebook Live, a give and take with you at 8 o'clock this morning. Go to our ABC7 Facebook page and you can help us settle a few disputes within the office here about pronunciations, for example.
That's right.
Also some weekend ideas. So join us at 8 o'clock on ABC7 Facebook page.
Y'all have a great weekend. Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.
And here's a live picture from the Van Wezel.